This is lecture number 3rd. So we will study today about micelle formation by surfactants and related terms regarding its structure and geometry. Okay. So before going into the different terms here, first I am showing you this structure of two-dimensional structure of a spherical micelle. Micelles can be of different structures, but we are taking the case of a spherical micelle. Okay. First, here it is aggregation number. It is written as n, or sometimes it may be small n. It is the minimum number of molecules that form a micelle. That means this will be counted as a one monomer or one molecule. Suppose you are considering this, so you can count these 1, 2, 3, and so on. So the number of these monomers constituting this micelle will be called simply as aggregation number. Okay. So next is radius of the micelle. What is radius of the micelle? It is the chain length. That means this chain length from here to up to the core, this one plus this is citron layer. Citron layer is basically the head groups plus the counter ion. Suppose if head group is negatively charged or positively charged, counter ion will be of the opposite charge. If it is negatively charged, counter ion will be positively charged. Suppose we know SDS, that is sodium dodecyl sulfate. Sodium dodecyl sulfate, that means the head group is negatively charged, the counter ion will be simply Na positive, that means the sodium positive. So the head group plus the counter ions, they constitute a layer, this one, this layer, this outer layer, which is in contact with the outer solution, that this layer is simply called as citron layer. Sometimes it has been asked many times in CSR net also, what is a citron layer and what is Helmholtz layer in micelles also. In micelles, they have taken the superficial example of micelles, and they have asked about what citron layer is made of. Okay, so you have to remember this radius of micelle is first the chain length, that means this hydrocarbon chain length plus the radius of. Okay, now if you consider a spherical micelle or spherical bar cube. Okay, now if you consider the volume of a spherical micelle, now it is volume will be equal to 4 by 3 pi r m cube. What is rm? It is simply the radius of this micelle. Okay, 1 second, I have to admit to one or two. Volume of the core plus palisade layer. The region I will show you here. 1 second. The region from the this head, from the bottom of the head to the tail region, region, this whole region, it is called the palisade layer. So the volume of core, that means this much volume of core plus palisade layer, or you can write it as VH, that is equal to 4 by 3 pi L cube, because R is total volume, that R would have been the total radius, that would have been the chain length plus citron layer, but this is simply the length of this hydrocarbon part. So you can write it as volume as 4 by 3 pi L cube. So this will be the volume of core plus palisade layer, because core is not empty, it actually contains these tails in a convoluted fashion. Okay, next point is simply the volume Vm minus Vm minus Vh, this one Vh. Okay, 1 second, I have to take out this. You are with me? The micelle solution interface. I'm closing now entry, please don't do this. Here, this one, from here 10, and micelle to solution interface. This will the micelle basically separates the micelle from the bulk solution. Okay. Now, what is micellization? These surfactant monomers, they join together and they form those associated structures that is simply called as micellization process. And this happens at a minimum concentration. So suppose you first add small amount of this surfactant into a solution, then when you go on increasing the surfactant, the associated structures, those associated structures are simply called as micelles, and the process is simply called as micellization. Okay, you can go through this text. So this micellization is very important solubilization, where we can solubilize any hydrophobic drug or any molecule which is not solubilized in an aqueous solution. Okay, so this is very important in organic chemistry as well as in biochemistry, where in organic chemistry they have been used in catalysis of organic reactions, and in biochemistry this is basically mimics the biological membrane or globular proteins, these surfactant or these micelles, because they are made up of hydrophobic and hydrophilic tails. When they combine together, they can form the lamellar structures. Those lamellar structures basically they mimic the biological membranes and globular proteins. So we can use them in various biochemical processes also, and biochemists can use these associated structures as well. Okay. So the very important point regarding the surfactants is the critical micelle concentration, that is also called as CMC. When you plot a simple graph between equivalent conductivity, you have done already conductivity, you know, specific conductance, but we are here taking the equivalent conductance. Equivalent conductance. If you plot, you know how to calculate is K upon C concentration, that will give you the equivalent conductance. That means one equivalent of the solute should be dissolved in the solution, and when you determine its conductivity, that will be simply the equivalent conductivity. So equivalent conductivity, when you plot a graph, equivalent conductivity versus under root of concentration or under root of normality of solution. Under root of, you can say under root of concentration or under root of normality of the surfactant solution. This is this line, this is just a straight line, and decreasing downwards, which is just the behavior of non-surfactant electrolytes. That means those electrolytes which are not surface active agent, and all that. Now, what happens for surfactants is that it first decreases up to a certain point, and then afterwards it decreases abruptly. This point at which this abrupt decrease in the equivalent conductivity occurs, this point, it is called the CMC or critical micelle concentration. You can also visualize this by the following graph also. If I have placed that somewhere else. No, I have not taken it there. So basically, specific, suppose when we plot specific conductance, now in place of conductance, we place now the plot the specific conductance versus the concentration of the surfactant. Now, what happens now when you increase the concentration? Suppose it initially behaves as a strong electrolyte, giving a straight line up to this limit. Suppose when we join these pointers, then after a certain minimum concentration, the slope is not that much. It starts decreasing, but it is increasing, but it is not that much what has been observed in initial stages. So you can get this type of curve. It first is directly proportional, then it becomes almost almost constant type of curve. This point at which this break occurs, this is one slope, this will be the other slope. So the point of intersection between the two will also give you the critical micelle concentration. This is the simple experiment which is usually performed. So from this experiment we can determine the equivalent conductance, and when we plot under root of concentration, we get this type of graph. So this point can also be taken as the CMC. So you suppose you are using a simple conductometer. What you do, you will take aqueous solution in a beaker and dip the electrode in that, okay, and add in small amount. Suppose first 0.001 millimole of this surfactant concentration, and 0.02, 0.04, and up to point. Suppose you are taking different concentrations. Now when we plot this graph, it shows a straight line up to some particular minimum concentration. From this onwards, the slope is not that much increasing, but it becomes almost constant. So this intersection point, this is called the critical micelle concentration. That means where from now the micellization has started. That means micelle formation has started. Okay. Okay, I am repeating this graph once again. What I have shown you, that if we plot equivalent conductivity, if we take equivalent conductivity versus under root of concentration, this is under root of normality or under root of concentration. Under root of concentration, you can say, दोनों में से कोई भी ले सकते हो. When you plot a graph for suppose NaCl, this is the strong electrolyte NaCl, sodium chloride or barium chloride or others. Their usual pattern is this straight line. It decreases in this fashion. Okay, but when you take a surface active agent, it at the initial stages it shows an electrolytic behavior up to this stage, and from then it shows an abrupt decrease in the equivalent conductance. So this point where it is showing a different slope or it changes its pattern from the straight line, this point is basically taken as the CMC. CMC is nothing, that means we are initially adding, suppose we have a beaker, initially we are adding few concentration or small concentration of these surfactants, suppose 0.1 millimole. They will behave as strong electrolytes, and when we go on increasing its concentration, it ultimately changes into the micellar formation, and from this stage, that means from this point onwards, micellization is taking place. That means there will be the formation of these spherical structures, what I have already discussed with you. Okay, so this is the simple graph. Okay, so this determination of value of CMC, that is critical micelle concentration, can be made by, suppose by using electrical conductor, that means by using conductometer, by surface tensiometer, and by light scattering or fluorescence spectroscopy. We can, or also from UV visible when we add probe, that means a dye, into the aqueous solution of surfactant, we can find the CMC. So these are basically different techniques through which we can find the CMC of a particular surfactant. Okay. Now, very important parameter, that is called as packing parameter. It is also written as P. It actually gives the shape of the micelle, whether it is spherical, whether it is cylindrical, whether it is lamellar. It also depends upon this packing parameter. What is this packing parameter? It was basically given by these scientists, a theory of micellar structure based upon geometry of various micellar shapes and space occupied by hydrophilic and hydrophobic groups of surfactants. This was first developed by these three scientists, and then after these two scientists worked again on this, and they gave the, suppose they represented the volume V by VH occupied by hydrophobic groups. This is also sometimes called micellar volume, VMC. VMIC or VH or VMIC. It is just the volume occupied by that micellar core. I have shown you in the first picture what is micellar core. That means the palisade layer plus those core plus palisade layer, they form that micellar core again. Okay. So here the length of the hydrophobic group, that means the micellar length or the hydrocarbon tail, the length of that hydrocarbon is simply represented by suppose LC, and cross-sectional area A naught occupied by the hydrophilic head group. Suppose it is the hydrophilic head group, you find it is cross-sectional area, how much area it occupies, this head group. So you represent this by A naught. Okay. At the micelle solution interface. So if you take this ratio VH, now volume occupied by hydrophobic group upon LC A naught, this is called as packing parameter. So what is the significance of this packing parameter? It is shown below. Suppose if its value lies 0 to 1 by 3, if suppose you calculate packing parameter, that means VH upon LCA naught for a particular surfactant, and if it comes in this range 0 to 1 by 3, then you can say about the structure of the micelle that it is spherical in shape, so or spheroidal in the aqueous solution. If its value comes up between 1 by 3 to 1 by 2, then it is cylindrical in aqueous media. Similarly, if it is 1 by 2 to 1, so it is lamellar in aqueous media. Or if it is greater than, that means this packing parameter VH upon LCA naught, if it is greater than 1, this is called as inverse or reversed micelle in the non-polar medium. So if it is simply given, you are being given the packing parameter in this range, suppose it is 1 by 3, given 1 by 3 to 1 by 2 range, so you can simply say what will be the structure of the micelle. That means it will be the cylindrical in aqueous phase. If suppose it is greater than 1 now, VH upon LCA naught, that is the packing parameter, this comes out to be greater than 1, then that will be simply called as inverse micelle or reverse micelle. Okay. So these parameters are very important. You have to remember these values, packing parameter, and what shapes they form. This is very important table. So we require this table in further uh, discussion also. So next point is that is called as micellar aggregation number, or simply it is represented by capital N or sometimes by small n. So what is my micellar aggregation number? We have already done. It is basically the number of monomers that form the micelle. So how to find it? You can find it by the simple relation. The aggregation number is basically the ratio between micellar core volume, which is represented by VHR VMIC, and the volume of one chain. Here you have to remember this is volume of one chain. That means if this is a monomer, what will be the volume of this chain? That will be represented by this V. Okay, when you divide this whole volume, micellar volume, upon V, suppose it is a spherical now, it is a spherical micelle, you can take the volume as 4 by 3 pi r cube, that is R micelle. So radius will be micellar radius, so 4 by 3 pi r cube upon V, where R MC is nothing but radius of the micelle. Okay, so you have to remember aggregation number is basically the ratio between micellar core volume to the volume of one chain. Very important relation. Next, we will see also this aggregation number is also related to by this expression also. Suppose you have aggregation number n is also equal to the area of a micelle, suppose that is represented by a micelle, to the cross sectional area of one surfactant molecule. Now you have to take the whole molecule. This will be the whole molecule, and its area will be represented by a, and a will be the total area of the micelle. Now this is a micelle. So when you take the ratio of the area of a micelle to the cross-sectional area of one surfactant molecule, that will also be represented as aggregation number. So area, you know, for a spherical body, area is equal to 4 pi r square. So r will be replaced by r micellization, so it will be 4 pi r square micellization upon area. When we combine these two equations, that means n and n, these are same, so obviously that means this part should be basically equal to this part. Okay, some of the terms will cancel out, pi and pi will go, 4 and 4 will go, and ultimately you will get this type of relation uh, which is given here. That means you will get this volume of this volume of the hydrocarbon tail of a one surfactant molecule upon the radius of the micelle into a cross-sectional area of surfactant molecule, which will be equal to 1 by 3 for a spherical micelle, which we have already seen that this basically V upon RMCA, this actually comes out to be equal to the packing parameter. Here you can see it. if you simply replace this R mycel, that means by simply length, what we have already defined the packing parameter, that will be equal to this much. That means if it comes out to be 1 by 3 also packing parameter, that is also what? That is simply a spherical mycel. Okay, so for other configurations you can calculate if you know the area of area of that of that particular geometry. Suppose it is now cylindrical, you can put the area of cylindrical here, and you can calculate this value also, and you can generate that table what we have already shown for the packing parameter. So also this chain length maximum is basically related by this expression 1.5 plus 1.265 nc, n is simply the number of carbon atoms here, number of carbon chain, that is this. Okay, this means that for a spherical mycel, when we put this, that V upon L max A is less or equal to 1 by 3. So we all already know it, that V upon L max into A is denoted by a critical packing parameter. I hope you understood this lecture. Actually, I am running out of time here. So thank you, and I will forward this lecture on your group also.